Welcome, welcome, welcome in, y'all. Come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Y'all, come on. Get in here. 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 Come on in the room, y'all. We got an interview tonight. Oh my gosh. Somebody Somebody gonna be so inspired and empowered behind this interview, and I know it, y'all. So I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. Y'all, come on, get in here, y'all. Come on, look, I ain't gonna wait too long now. I ain't gonna wait too long. 'Cause it's thunder and lightning the way I'm at, y'all. And I'm and I'm gonna go on and tell you now. So nobody won't be saying, "Oh, her stuff up there ain't right." Let me go on and tell you now. It's thunder and lightning, and you may see some little lagging going on or something, but we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna just let y'all know that now, cause some of y'all very picky. Yeah, her stuff all messed up. No, it ain't me. Yeah, I know it's gonna be the storm outside. So we do got a storm out here. Okay, so y'all, if y'all see some stuff lagging or whatever, it ain't me. Okay, cause y'all know how I like my stuff to be right. But anywho, thank you for being in here with Miss J's Unfiltered Talk Show and Podcast. I really thank y'all for being in here. Now let me say this: if y'all watching and you see that little red light and you see the numbers going, they blinking, that means you watching your queen live. Okay, you watching your queen live. But if you come through, might be 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you don't see them red numbers going nowhere, you watching the replay. And I appreciate you even stopping to do that. Okay, make sure y'all sprinkle this out. Make sure y'all sprinkle this out, because somebody need to hear this. Somebody need to see this. Okay, whether it be 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, somebody need to see it and hear it. All right. All right. Now, with that being said, yes, y'all know I am your host, Coach Angela Miss J Johnson, but call me Miss J. Okay, y'all know that. And tonight's episode, yeah, y'all see I'm trying to talk and do this too. Tonight's episode, cause look, without these, y'all, I'm blind. I'm tell you. Tonight's episode, we're gonna be talking about faith, family, purpose, and God's amazing grace. Okay, so now our special guests are gospel recording artists Bobby and April Nicholson. Okay, the inspiring husband and wife duo known as Abundance of Love. I love that name, y'all. Their debut single. Y'all know I can't talk neither now. The debut single, "God Chose Me," has already received more than 241 radio airplays across 14 stations, and debuted at number 19 on the Gospel Broadcast Charts Global Top 100. Now let me tell y'all, let me ring my bell. Let me ring this bell for that. Let me ring my bell for that. Now y'all come on. Y'all come on and welcome this king and his beautiful queen, Bobby. Bobby and April. Hold on, let me get y'all up in here. Hold on. Let me get y'all up in here. Bobby and April Nicholson. There they
Hey,
go. Yes,
brother.
honey.
Hey,
Yes.
how you
Thank
doing?
you. Thank you for being in here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I
Thank
sure
you for
do.
having us. Thank you for
I
having
appreciate it. Oh my gosh.
us. Hmm.
Now, see y'all. See, that's the storm call. But now my clapping coming through. Okay. Now the clapping coming through. But thank y'all. So thank you so much, y'all, for being in here. That ain't me, y'all. That's the storm got it coming through late. But anyway, thank you so much for y'all being in here. Um, I know y'all taking the time out to do this. Y'all know I appreciate it. You could have said no. That ain't me, y'all. I think what it is, I clicked on it 3 times, so I guess it's catching up. I think
Okay.
that's what it's doing. But anyway, we're gonna still clap.
Yeah.
We're gonna
That's
still
all right.
clap.
I'm
Thank
glad
y'all
with
for being in here. I really do.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for being in here.
Mhm.
Um, so I want to do what I call the getting to know phase first, okay?
Okay.
So, Bobby, for you, before the music, before the ministry, um, and who is Bobby Nicholson at his core. Take us back to your childhood.
Oh
Tell us
man.
about the little boy that grew up in Tyler, Texas.
Okay, so the little boy that grew up in Tyler, Texas, is a person. I was a person that always loved art. Um, I still love art to this day. Love music. Music is at my core. I've been writing songs since I was probably 9 or 10 years old. I've
Wow.
always loved music. I've done the dancing, the singing, the rapping, just anything arts in that aura of arts has been me, and that's been since I was able to walk and talk. So at my core, that's what I'm all about. That's my passion. That's my love, and that's who I've been since a little boy.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. So, who was your biggest influence over you when you was growing up? Who was your biggest
That would have been my mother, because my
influence?
mother was the one that introduced me to music, and so just watching her, whether it been getting ready, getting dressed, or us in the car listening to her sing, and just watching her in the choir sing, and then she
Mm.
made me join the choir with her, and join the kids choir. Like I got my inspiration from her because she absolutely loved music. So that's just been, she was my biggest inspiration.
She was your biggest inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that sweet?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. You spent I read in the questionnaire. Thank you Teddy for being in here. Blessings to you and Teddy say hey to everybody. Um you spent
Hey,
over
Teddy.
23 years as a railroad engineer, right?
Yes.
How
Yes.
has that career helped shape the man you are today?
Um, Consistency, hard work. Uh, the railroad career demands consistency,
Oh,
and it demands you to be able to think ahead, plan ahead, stay sharp. And so that has, it has transitioned over into my everyday life. So those are some of the biggest things that I could say I've gained from working with Union Pacific.
wow.
Hmm.
Thank you for sharing that. All right, Queen, now I ain't forgot about you. Oh no, I ain't forgot about you. So April, I want to
Yes,
welcome you
ma'am.
to the show also, my love. Same
Thank
question.
you.
Same question. Before the music, before the ministry, who is April Nicholson at her core?
The little girl growing up in East Texas, I, discovered that I could sing at a pretty fairly young age and, did a little bit of dancing. So I was the little kid where, your parents would be entertaining and call you in to entertain their
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 friends.
guests and their friends.
Really?
Yeah, for the night, yes. So I remember those moments, and I just remember loving to sing, wanting to sing every opportunity that I had to sing, and trying to perfect those difficult songs. The
Mm-hmm.
all of the oh my gosh, I can't think of the names. Like back in the 90s, those ladies, of course, like Whitney Houston and I cannot think of the name. Oh my gosh. And it'll come to me after this interview.
That's
But
okay.
I just remember trying to focus on my voice and perfecting some of those songs and just learning who I was at a young age. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Same question. Who inspired who had the biggest influence over you growing up as well?
Same answer. My
Okay,
mom,
okay.
she was a single parent and just watching her
Man,
raise us
no, not
as
right now.
a single parent having to deal with two young kids because me and my brother were 11 months apart, so we were
Wow.
almost like twins.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just watching her kind of struggle on a day-to-day basis And knowing now how strong she was, and how, she didn't want to receive, assistance from anybody. She had that kind of mindset, like she wanted to manage everything on her own. So my inspiration came from her, and it still does.
Wow. Thank you for
Mhm.
sharing that. I really
Mhm.
appreciate that. Um, what inspired your personal walk with Christ?
Me, my personal
Uh-huh.
walk.
It's still for you. Uh-huh.
My grandfather, as a minister, he was a minister in New Holland Baptist Church here in Tyler. We're here in Tyler, Texas. We had a family reunion this weekend. So,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually had a video from our first family reunion in 1990, and
Whoa.
just to hear him speak again, just to hear his voice again, and to hear one of his sermons, it was absolutely amazing. But yes, watching him, going to church, watching him minister every Sunday, that inspired my walk. And our family, we all went to the same church, of course, in support
Mm-hmm.
of him, and
Mm-hmm.
just being around your family and knowing that you're there, and your grandfather is up there preaching. It's kind of like a,
Yes.
proud moment. Like, that's my granddaddy.
Yeah.
And even watching him yesterday, it was just amazing to see him and to know that back, even when I couldn't appreciate, I may not have been able to appreciate it then at such a young age.
Yes.
I'm definitely appreciative of it now.
That's what it takes. Now, Bobby, I'm gonna ask you the same question. What inspired your personal walk with Christ?
I'm going to have to say my first pastor, the church that my grandmother and my mother joined when I was a baby. His name, the late Reverend S.K. Bazell. He was the first preacher I seen, the first preacher I heard preach, and
What?
his messages were just electrifying even when I was little, because he wasn't the real shouting type, but he was able to connect with all the age groups in the church. And so I just thought that was cool. And he was very approachable. He was
Mm.
very approachable and he loved the youth. He did things with the youth. We had a bowling alley in the church. So he was, we had fun with him, and he was able to help us understand how important the relationship with God is when we were just, in the youth choir and just through youth ministry. So that was a very important foundation as a kid, learning that from a pastor.
So this question is for both of you.
Okay.
Um, when did you first discover that music was part of your God's calling on your life?
For
Mm.
me, when I was young,
John.
because like I said, I realized that I could hold a tune, and then other people were telling me that you
You
can
can sing.
sing.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay. So then so like that's where the trying to perfect it came from. And even as I got older, trying to perfect it, and in the house when nobody's around, I'm trying to hit those notes.
Yeah, you sound
So
good.
I'm sorry.
I said you sound good. You got a
Thank
beautiful
you.
Yes,
voice.
he does. He
Thank
does.
Yeah,
you.
Yes, he
I'm
does.
gonna let y'all know what I'm talking about after a while in a few minutes. But you
Okay.
you sound, yeah, you got
Thank
both of y'all
you.
beautiful
Thank
voice,
you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
beautiful
So
voice.
you now do this.
All
So
right, now
so
you now,
for
Bobby.
me, my first introductory to music was, through the choir, uh, in the youth choir, and then my mom made me join the adult choir with her when I was still young. So then I started listening to, more of the secular music, R&B, hip hop,
Yeah.
and things like that. And I started writing like rhymes and things like that. And I was telling April, maybe not too long, I don't even know if she remembered that. I started writing R&B songs, hip hop songs, and everything like that. And I was writing for other hip hop artists and R&B artists.
All right
And
now.
yeah, so I've been basically a songwriter, like I said, for a while. And so I wrote this song. Fast forward, I wrote the song "Road to Redemption" for Alexia Curry. She won a gospel award for it last month, and it was good. Yeah, clap that
Good.
up, clap that up,
Yes.
clap
You
that up.
clap. Where my bell? That's what I'm talking about.
Clap that up.
Yeah.
So what I realized is with all of the songs that I've written for other artists or songs that I've done, whether it been hip hop or R&B, the gospel music, the contemporary gospel music, the spiritual music is what I feel like has carried the most weight, and it has connected and attached for us to be able to do stuff like this. Like if I really hadn't got any recognition in a lot of the R&B stuff I did,
Mm.
or some of the hip hop stuff I did, but somehow these songs that I've been writing representing Christ just vastly took
Look at
off.
that.
Mhm.
Look at that.
So I said, you know what? I think this is my purpose. I feel like
There
this
you
is my
go.
purpose to spread the message that's going to be for God, for God's people, to help people appreciate what God can do. And so that's been an inspiration for me, like currently, because I've written so many songs that I still have that a lot of people didn't hear. But this God Chose Me song that I wrote, hundreds of people have heard, and it didn't take but a month. It didn't take but a few weeks, and I said, okay, God,
I
I
see
hear
you.
you. I
Yeah.
see you. I
Yeah.
see you. I
That
got it.
part.
I got the message. Okay, so that's been it for me.
Mhm.
All right. Now, my next segment is called Y'all Story.
Okay,
I want to know,
Fun. This
how
is
did
really
the
fun.
two of you meet?
you tell it. She like to tell it. She loved to tell this story, so I'm gonna let her tell it,
So we walked the halls of high school together,
which is right down
okay?
the
Which
street.
is right down the street, like literally right there.
That
And but we never spoke to each other. We
What?
knew of each other. We saw each other in the halls. Never spoke to each other. He was doing his thing. I was doing my own thing. And then, of course, we graduated to college. Life happened.
Yeah.
But we remained friends on Facebook. So we would check on each other from time to time. And again, he's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing. And then you just fast forward. He was in the DM
she loved to say that. She loved to say
because
that.
that's the fact.
She
Damn.
loved to say that.
That's
She
the fact.
loved to say that.
He was in the DM,
Jesus.
and we finally everything lined up perfectly.
Mhm.
And so we were both available. We were both physically available, mentally available, emotionally available.
There you
So we,
go.
we
Yeah.
yes, and that's what's important. And so we went on that date, and from that day forward, we have been inseparable. I tell him all the time, I left on cloud nine, and I'm still on cloud nine.
Ain't
Oh,
that
that's so
something?
sweet.
I
Oh, ain't
I
that
never
cute?
knew, like I never knew that he was the way he is. And I know people grow over time, people
Yes. Yes.
mature over time. So
Yeah.
our wedding theme was in the nick of time, because
Oh,
we really feel like that's how it was set up. Because
Right.
had we entertained each other earlier, we may
mm-hmm.
not have been available for each other in one of those categories
Categories.
that I listed.
Yeah.
So in the nick of time, we were available
Hmm.
when we needed to be, and it
To
worked
receive each
out
other.
to receive each other
Yeah.
properly,
Yeah.
and it worked out that way. We got married June 15th, 2024. It has been amazing ever since.
Well,
Yes.
congratulations. Look at
Thank
there.
you.
Look
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
there.
Thank
Nothing
Thank
you.
you.
wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing,
Thank you for
nothing wrong.
sharing that. Thank
Thank
you
Hmm.
so
you.
much for sharing that. Where did the name Abundance of Love come from? Either one of y'all can answer that.
Okay.
It's really a spinoff of what she said, because when we finally got a chance to have our date and talk, and of course we were in our 40s, so it's kind
Yeah,
of like, okay, let's just kind of get to the point. What are you looking for?
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Neither one of us like, okay, we're not here to play
Playing
games.
no
We're not here to,
games.
Right.
if you're not
Exactly.
dating, looking to marry, then you're wasting my time and I'm wasting your time. So
Tell it.
Absolutely.
that was kind of, the theme of our date, the conversation theme. And
Mm-hmm.
so whenever we connected on the facts that we were basically wanting the same things, and we both connected on pretty much the same levels, once we kind of start forming feelings for each other and starting
Mm-hmm.
to, grow in that department, it was like the love came abundantly, like literally, and it was basically, I felt
Yeah.
like, because we did already know of each other. We weren't
Okay.
perfect strangers. It wasn't like we, had just met for the first time ever. We
Right.
went to high
Right.
school with each other. Some of her family members are my friends. Some of my,
Mm.
family members are, she knows. So we knew of each other since, ninth, 10th grade. So we've been knowing each other since we was 14, 15, 16 years old. We just happened to finally get together in our 40s and talk. Because like you
Ain't
said,
that
we never
something?
talked. So the
Wow.
love came, just like abundantly. So when we was talking about the name, I was like, what about abundance of love? And it just kind of stuck.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I also want to
Wow.
add, sometimes
Yeah.
when you're dating, you have a guard up because
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to be hurt. You don't want to give of yourself and not receive that same love that you want to
Especially,
give.
Right.
especially the latter part in life like that. You see what
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
As far as
Especially.
women,
especially,
Yeah.
especially. So you want to hold on to that. You want to hold on to your heart because it's been broken, damaged in the past, and so you
Yeah.
have this guard up. But when you realize the person you're with, you don't have to have this guard anymore. When they have proven to you that what they say is their word,
Mm-hmm.
then you start to relax that guard, and before you know it,
Exactly.
relaxed guard allows the love to flow.
Hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so once both parties get to that point, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that miss out on that type of love
Hmm.
because
I agree.
they're so
Yeah.
guarded.
They got
But
it.
I want to, encourage people to and let them know that, trust yourself, try to trust who you're with,
Yes.
protect yourself, but at the same time, um, if you know that this is your person, allow the love to flow, and
Exactly.
it'll be an amazing experience.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Now,
Hmm.
either one of y'all can answer this. When did you know God was calling you to minister together?
I'll say when we were doing the song with Alexia, because I wrote the song "Road to Redemption" for Alexia, and when we met in the studio for her to record the song, April was with me, and we were just in the studio. She was doing the recordings, and so I'm not sure if it was her or the engineer.
We were just vibing
Yeah,
out,
she was
and so
just
we were starting to add
Yeah, she
input and
was April
do
was
this
adding
and then say
inputs and
this.
this. So she was like, "Well, come, She asked April, like, "Come, get up here with me. Come sing with me." So April ended up doing background vocals on that record, and so it sounded so good. And I'm sitting there listening, and I'm watching her, and I'm watching them, lay the vocals to it. And so I'm like, oh, okay. Because I hear her sing, but she be trying to hide it. She was trying to hide it from me because she's shy. So it was like, okay. So when I heard her like have to record in the studio, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, she can go. So when I was writing this song, God Chose Me, I let her hear it, the first verse. And I wasn't even sure if I was going to finish it. I was just writing songs. And so this song came to me, and I let April hear the first verse of it. And
Mm-hmm.
she said she loved it. So I was like, okay. So she was like, you need to finish it. You need to finish it. You need to finish the lyrics and everything. So I said, okay, I'll do that. And I did. And I brought it back to her and I let her hear the full song. And she was like, I love it. I said, okay. I said,
Nice
well,
song.
let's me and you record it. Let's go to the studio, make it our song.
Hmm.
And I know she was kind of thrown off by it because she's, like I said, she's kind of shy and didn't really want me to hear her sing and all of this. And I was like, let's do it. Let's make it our song. Let's make it us.
Yes.
And so we started recording on Good Friday, and it was Easter weekend when we started recording. God chose me, and we eventually finished the recordings, finished it, and God made it, you know, better than what we would have thought. We
Who
Mm-hmm.
would
didn't
have
we
thought?
didn't see it being something that people would accept the way they did. You know, I
Resonate with
mean,
them.
we felt like it was a good song.
Mm-hmm.
We knew the message was there and everything like that, but we weren't quite sure how it would go. But at the end of the day, uh, I feel like it was a blessing because we was able to work on this, as a couple. We was able to work on this as two people that share the same passion for music.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
both share the same passion for music. And so the way it all, came out and was packaged up and completed, it was a blessing.
That's all right. Wow. What has been one of the biggest challenges that y'all have overcome together?
Hmm.
Whoever want to answer it.
Together,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. What has been one of the biggest challenges that you've overcome together?
what do you think? I'll tell you, in my opinion, I'm not. It's hard to say overcome, but I will say we get through because we
Right.
both have,
Okay. There we
yeah,
go.
we both have teenagers, and so the challenges that we face parenting the teenagers, especially in this day and time, is very challenging. And
Yes.
yeah. So you have to learn how to come together. You have to
Mm-hmm.
learn how to how to set examples.
Mm-hmm.
You have to learn how to be a leader
Mm-hmm.
for this youth group
That's
because
right.
this youth group is different. You know,
Yeah,
and so that is one of our biggest challenges. It is the parenting,
that's true.
especially
I
That's
with the
true.
agree.
teenagers. So we have to learn how to work together and stick together through the parenting in order for it to work.
There you
And
go.
I want to add that, when you have children, you are your child's first role model. So you have to change some of the things that you may have been doing before you had your child. And
Mm-hmm.
that can be challenging, but just changing your mindset and knowing that my child is watching me, even when you think that they're not watching, so
Mhm.
you have to move differently.
Yeah.
You have to
Mm-hmm.
move differently, and you're learning as a parent. We don't know everything when we become parents.
That's it.
So
Wow.
even into your child's adolescent years, adult years, we're still learning as parents.
Yeah.
Your child can teach you something or
Mhm.
something.
Mhm.
So that's something that's important. Just knowing that you are your child's role model. So whether you want to be or not, you
Mhm.
are,
Yeah.
and that's very important for their success.
Mhm.
Thank you for that. Let me look at some comments. Ray said, he's asking, he said, what is the key to a successful husband and wife gospel group?
Ray, how you doing, man?
Hi.
Yeah. So for me, um, is allowing God to lead.
Hmm.
So many times we try to come up with the plan and we try to steer the plan, and as you know, every time we try to steer the plan, it may not always go that way. So you have to fall back and realize, hey, we got to let God lead this process
Hmm.
because we're doing this in honor of God and God's
Hmm.
word. So
Hmm.
we have to remember to keep that in the forefront.
That's right.
Keep that in the forefront. Continue to pray, and then be willing to allow yourself to be led. I think a lot
Mm-hmm.
of us have a problem with allowing ourselves to be led because
Right.
we're used to making the quick decisions, the everyday
Mm-hmm.
decision, what I'm going to wear, what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go, and so you get used to making these decisions. But when it
Hmm.
comes to that area of your life, you have to allow yourself to be led. So
Exactly.
in this arena, we just have to remember to fall back, pray, let God lead it. Try to take our hands off of it as much as we can, and just be used.
And I would say being on one accord and
Hmm.
communication, communicating about things that, we may not agree on.
Hmm.
And, sometimes there's the agreeing to disagree
Right.
because you're
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
not going to agree on everything. He may present a beat or a lyric, and I'm like, no, I don't think, or I might sing something in a tune that doesn't, align with how we're trying to sound, and he
Hmm.
may
Right.
give
Hmm.
his advice. So we also have to be receptive
Right.
of the constructive criticism.
There
True.
you go.
So,
That's
so
right.
that's important as well to
That's
be
right.
successful.
Yeah.
It's successful in anything, not just as a married couple in this industry.
Yeah.
That's the key to being successful in anything that we do.
That's true.
Thank you for that. Now, April, this question is for you.
Okay, let's
Marriage and ministry can both be really demanding, right?
yes,
How do you keep your marriage healthy while serving together?
pray. Prayer and more prayer and communication,
Mm-hmm.
and one thing is date night.
Hmm.
Date night, and sometimes life gets so hectic and so busy, we get away from date night. And
Yes,
my husband is a stickler about that, and he's
Hmm.
had to get on to me
Hmm.
a few times about date night because
that's
we
right.
can get away from it. Life
Mm-hmm.
happens, and so
Mm-hmm.
before you know it, a week turns into 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. Before you know it, you done went a whole month and you hadn't gone on any dates. So you have to make time for your marriage. You have to
Mm-hmm.
make time to um um what's the word I'm looking for, to
Reconnect.
well stay connected, to stay connected and to stay strong in your marriage, but definitely pray. Prayer.
That's good. You're right. Yeah, I agree with you with that. I mean,
Hmm.
because hubby and I, Valentine, they're gonna give us 29 years,
Oh,
and
Oh
my
congratulations.
wow,
yes,
yes,
my first
Yeah.
is second. You see,
Yeah.
and we blended family and everything, and
yes,
Hmm.
those alone right there are challenges. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
yes,
That
So
is.
you
yes,
are
That is.
right. You're right, April. You have to make time for them date nights. You have to make time for those intimate moments. And I don't mean the
Yeah.
other kind of moments. I mean the intimate moments where you
Yeah.
sitting on the couch and you get to
Right.
thinking about. You remember when we first started dating? Now
Uh
you thinking about when y'all. And yeah, you. I mean, you had that Bobby Brown haircut. Now you sitting
huh.
there laughing at. You sitting
yes.
there laughing with one another because you're having that intimate moment,
That's
Intimate
true.
remembering when
moment.
y'all.
Hmm.
Yes. See, a lot of people think you say intimate moment, they go on other. No,
Yeah.
that's an intimate moment when you sitting
Yes,
there thinking about 20 some years or 5 years ago y'all got married, but you don't ever think about a bell bottom pants you had. Just thinking about that and laughing and
yes,
Yes.
yes.
laughing. You have to
That's
come
true.
back to that and you make them date nights. I agree with you so much with that, April. Now, Bobby,
Yes.
this is for you.
Okay.
How has April helped you strengthen your faith through difficult seasons?
Um, that's pretty easy. When April and I first started dating, I had it was like right after we first started dating. I was laid off from my job with the railroad, in
Mm-hmm.
which I had been on that job for over 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't run and hide. She didn't stop talking to me. She didn't stop. She in fact encouraged me. She, in fact, prayed with me. She, in fact, motivated me to don't worry about it. Everything gonna be okay. You're gonna find something. It's not gonna be a big deal. Things like that. And I think I was probably off for maybe 3 weeks, a month. And I
Mm-hmm.
found, and I got another job, and I worked that job for a year, and then the railroad brought me back. So it was she never changed up on me, and we were just
That's
starting to
good.
date. And in this dating season, in this dating world now, most ladies would have been like, I'm gone.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep. You're not lying.
I'm gone. Oh, see you later. Yeah,
You
yeah.
telling the
And,
truth.
and
You're
she
telling the
didn't. She
truth.
didn't. She didn't do that. Like, yeah, yeah. She didn't do
Thank you
that.
for that.
So that right there kind of showed me a lot about who she was as a person. who she was as a, as a woman. And
Mm-hmm.
so that really showed me, okay, she's supportive. She gonna, have my back, and she's gonna
Mm-hmm.
motivate me. And so I can really say I appreciate her for that.
That's all
Oh, I
right.
wasn't expecting that story. Oh my God.
But
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, that it happened.
It
Yeah,
happened.
True.
it happened.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Yeah,
you're right. I gotta agree with you, Bobby. You're so true. Cause some women be like, oh, he ain't got no job. I'm going about my business.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? But
no,
see,
yeah,
your queen didn't do that. She stuck right there. She stuck
he
right there.
did,
Yes. Thank
he
you.
did.
I thank you for
I
sharing
did.
that.
I stuck beside him.
That's right. That's right. Now, I'm gonna stay beside, and it was on what was on Dr. Phil's show or whatever. Now that's my man. I'm gonna stay beside
That's
him.
my man.
For
I
sure.
stick beside him.
That's right. That's right, April.
Yes.
That's right. Y'all look so good together. That is so
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank
wonderful.
you.
So
Thank
now,
you.
through faith, we know that it's always gonna be some type of adversity, right?
Hmm.
So, Bobby, this is for you.
Okay.
You've been open about. I read your
Hmm.
information, right? So you've
Hmm.
been over. You was open about overcoming your divorce and career changes
Hmm.
and financial hardships and life disappointments, right?
Hmm.
How did those difficult seasons deepen your relationship with God?
I think God has a way of letting you see for yourself that there is really no other way, or no other place you can turn to but Him when you're in those high places or the lowest places. And so experiencing those things in my life showed me that that's where you get your fruit from. It's not
Mm.
it's not things, it's not other people, it's that one source. And so being face to face with, whether it been, heartbreak or, depression or
Yeah.
just and I guess you can mix anxiety in that because you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know where you're going to end up, and that
Mm-hmm.
can give you, some little bit of anxiety, and having all those emotions mixed in one, and now you really have to pray. You have to
Yes.
talk. You have to have conversations, not just
Mm-hmm.
prayer. Like you have to have like conversations, like you
Converse.
talking on the phone with a friend
Yep.
about what you're going through, and be searching for an answer. And like I said, those are the moments that you have to allow yourself to be led, and allow yourself
Mm-hmm.
to understand
Mm-hmm.
that God is in control and God has it. And no matter where you go or who you talk to or what you try to do, if you allow God to take control, it will work out. And so that gave me the experience, not just people telling me that, not my parents telling me, not my friends or grandmother, somebody telling me that, because we've been told that since we were kids.
Yeah.
God got it, God's in control. This
Yep.
until
Sure
you
have.
really have to face it
You sure
yourself,
have.
and you really are placed in those real difficult situations. And then it's not even just difficult situations; it's when you are experiencing some of your highest points in
Mm-hmm.
your life. You have to
Mm-hmm.
also understand God is in control of that.
Mhm.
So that experience though is what showed me like, okay, yeah, having that connection, having that relationship is very important.
Was there ever a moment when you questioned God's plan, and what helped you? What? How did you keep your trust in Him? Was there a
Um,
moment that you was questioning
yeah,
God's plan, and how did you continue to keep your trust in Him?
I would say the biggest moment for me, my personal, April will be able to answer that question as well. But for me, I lost my mother at 17. Um, I was a senior in high school, and she passed away with from sickle cell anemia.
Mm.
And in that moment, the way that it happened, it was my mother went into the ER very sick, very sickly. We was not sure she was going to make it. In fact, her doctor was saying she's not going to make it,
Mm.
and then she transitioned to a regular room to where she was getting ready to come home. So we felt like she had fought. through the hardest part of that sickness and was getting ready to be released to come home. They was asking us to bring her walking shoes and so she can learn how to walk again because she had been bedridden for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And on the night of October 27th, she passed away. So
Mm.
that really was a hard blow for me. It was a
At
hard blow for
17,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, I was a senior in high school, and that was a very vicious blow emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, because then it was like, okay, why do this? Why do it like this? Why me? All of my friends still had their parents, and I felt like I was the only one that did that lost a mother, and
Wow.
so I was really hurt by that. I was really, destroyed on the inside by that because I just didn't understand why. I didn't understand why God did that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was questioning, a lot at that point because I know how much faith she had in God,
Right.
and I just felt like, oh man, she was let down, and I was let down. Just a lot of anger, and I was young and
Yeah.
as well.
17, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the moment for me where I questioned, what happened and why it happened
Yep.
and things like that because that was just a
I
real
understand
pivotal
that.
growth for
I
me.
did. I can
Hmm.
I can understand. I did the same thing with my grandmother. I got
Yeah,
mad at God. I'm not gonna lie. I did. I
yeah,
sure did. I got mad at God for taking my grandma, and I
yeah,
was asking why you had to take my grandma. Why could I
yeah,
did say? I used to say
yeah.
that why you couldn't take somebody else's grandma? Why you had to
It,
take my?
it hurt,
I
it's
did.
hurtful. It's
I did.
painful. It's
I
a
did.
painful experience.
But
Yeah,
then I realized, I got to think about, not realize, I remember Grandma used to tell me one thing you never do, you never question God.
yeah,
And that, her voice came in my head, and I said, don't you
yeah.
question God. You know what I'm saying? And that's why
Hmm.
I tell people now, you don't be asking God why he did this, why he did that. You
Right.
don't do that. But
That's
I
true.
get that feeling that you're talking about. I
That's
do.
true.
Thank you for
Hmm.
sharing. Thank you for sharing that moment with us. Because you didn't have to go that deep, but you did, and I appreciate that. I
Hmm.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
April,
Yes, ma'am.
what has it been like walking beside Bobby through his seasons
Inspiring.
as his wife?
It's
What
been
has it been?
it's been inspiring. It's amazing. I tell him all the time that I want to, experience this life with him, no matter how up we are or how down we are. We could be in a mansion or we could be in a little tiny shack.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we are together,
Exactly.
I'm good with that. But it's been inspiring. He's such a leader,
Yeah.
and that's hard for me. That was hard for me prior to him because I had to lead myself.
No, that. Yeah.
I was I wore the pants in the house, and I had to manage, my household with me
Mm-hmm.
and my daughter. So then when he came along, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this is how this goes. So
Yeah.
I have to I have to learn to fall back
Mm-hmm.
and let
Mm-hmm.
him take the lead. And that has been amazing. So now I'm like, you,
That
you,
part. Right.
I let you talk to my husband. Or I need to talk to my husband first. So so I love that. I love that he is, um, the king of the castle.
That's right. There you
Yeah,
go. There you
yeah,
go.
and
Thank you for saying that too, because some women don't want to admit that. But yes, he's the king of the castle.
no, he is the king.
Exactly.
I don't have no issue saying he the
Mm-hmm.
king of our castle. I don't have no
Mm-hmm.
issue with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been amazing walking alongside him since we've been together.
Yes, it is.
Experiencing life with him, even though because no one's relationship or marriage is perfect.
Exactly.
People have disagreements.
Mm-hmm.
It may turn into a little old argument, but
Yes.
you have
Yes.
you have to
Yes.
overcome that, and sometimes we have to know when we're wrong, admit when we're wrong, and even though it makes you mad to admit it, like, oh man,
Mm-hmm. I know. We're gonna
yeah,
trade for that.
yeah, Yes,
My same way.
yes.
We fuss, we argue, but I won't trade it for nothing in the
No,
world.
I
No,
tell them, I tell them all the time, we can argue all day long, but I wouldn't want to argue with anybody else.
Yeah.
that's right. That's
So,
right, April.
as long as we're not arguing more than loving on each other, you know what I mean?
Yes,
So
yes.
that's very
It deserve a
important.
ring. Yes,
So that's
it
very
deserve a
important.
ring.
But
Yes,
we have to be intentional.
Mhm.
That's the word I'm looking for.
exactly. And
Intentional in doing that, and trying to keep the arguments at a minimum. Trying to picking your argument.
sometimes you have to pick and choose. Sometimes you
Some
be
you
like,
gotta pick
no,
and sometimes you gotta pick
Yeah.
and choose. And should I really
exactly.
do this, or should we really be arguing? Because in hindsight, you think about it. A few days later, you don't even remember what you were arguing about.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yep.
I've
Yeah.
been there. Sure
So,
have.
so, so
I can
anyway,
understand it. Yeah.
Mhm.
so
Thank
anyway,
you for that.
it's
I
it's
really.
been it's been amazing with him.
April? What encouragement would you give a woman who is waiting on God while supporting their husbands?
Um, Pray again, pray and keep the faith and know that God knows what's best for you. As long as you continue to um ask God for guidance
Mm-hmm.
and be quiet and still enough to hear His voice.
Oh,
Those are that's the advice that I could give.
yes.
That's pretty good.
So we talked about the song "God Chose Me."
hmm
I'm getting ready to play it.
Yay.
Yes, ma'am. So y'all bear with me. Let me pull it up. Let
Okay.
me pull it up. Look, that I should have had this done already, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was doing my makeup live, y'all, but I'm going to pull it up now. Yes,
Is that a Sanders jersey back there? I see
yes, it
Sanders.
is.
You
Yes.
support
Yes,
Sanders?
it is.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
it is.
good. That's good.
Yes, birthday gift. Yes,
Oh
honey.
yeah, okay, that's good. You're a
Hubby,
Sanders
me,
fan,
me, and hubby, honey. Yes,
huh? That's good. I hope the best
yes,
for him this year. I hope the best for him this
Mhm.
year. Hope they give him a
yes.
chance to play.
Exactly, man. I, I, I've been wanting to come on. I've been wanting to come on and talk about it, but I get too excited. I'm
You
sorry.
get too emotional.
I get, yeah, I get too excited. I'm not gonna lie about it, y'all. I get too excited, and I'll be like, no, maybe I just need to wait a couple more months to keep myself calm, because I don't like what they're doing to my boy. I just don't like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I don't
Hmm.
like it. I don't like it. I don't.
Yeah.
But what he doing? He's persevering.
Yes.
He
Yes.
really is.
And you know, and you
All them
know,
Jersey
but
sales.
you, but you know why he is, how he
Why?
is, because of the leadership.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But think about it. His dad. What has his dad instilled in them all these years?
Yeah.
God, faith,
God,
God and faith, God
yes.
and faith,
Yeah. That's true.
and the way he moves as a leader,
Yes,
he's a role model.
exactly. I
So
remember him when I was coming up. I remember Dion. I
yeah,
Hmm.
sure do.
Yep.
I
yeah.
remember him. Hold on, y'all. I got it.
You got
Y'all,
it.
yeah, I got it. This is a beautiful song, man. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. I want y'all to hear that this is a beautiful song, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Let me do okay, share my screen right there. There it is, right there. Hold on, let me come back. Yeah, I gotta walk. I have to talk to myself, walk myself through it. Okay,
Okay.
bring this up. There we go. That's that right there. Okay, now I go back here and hit play. Let's see.
I don't think it's ready.
I'm playing it in my head. That's why
Right.
I'm bobbing.
I think it's on mute.
What?
Yeah, she can hear it. We can't hear
Oh,
it.
we can't hear it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on mute on our side.
Okay.
Hmm? I don't think so. Okay, yeah.
He
She
sure
jamming.
did.
Like that.
She jamming.
What?
I'm not Thursday. What time you want to leave now? At 12. Okay.
I'm trying to late.
About 10.
Check out the too. Well, I'm gonna get there, so yeah.
All
But
right.
it's okay, so that's one thing. Okay. I was at 10 to get there.
Actually, too. She's playing the drums. There was timing on him. There was timing on her.
I don't know.
I was pretty short earlier, but I just might try.
I love it. I love it. Yes. Love it. Love it. Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
That's out there, man. I love it. I
Thank
love
you.
Mhm.
it.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank you.
gosh. I love it. And I hear that verse in there about the lights being out. I hear the verse. I hear the verse. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Whew.
that's
Y'all didn't know I
real.
was going. Y'all didn't know I was going to do that, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah. I wanted people to hear this. I hear that song.
Mhm.
Yes,
Thank
that
you.
was
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you. That is awesome. What message? What message that you want when people listen to it? What message you want people to receive when they listen to that?
No matter where you come from, no matter where you are, and no matter where you're going, God have a plan for you.
Mhm.
Mm,
And that plan is pretty much already chosen.
Mhm.
And so you can be okay with the falling down as long as you're willing to get up. And you can also understand that even if you're up, you got to be okay with falling down. So at the end
yes.
of the day, it's about just understanding your purpose. It's about being okay with your purpose and finding your purpose.
Mhm.
So and God has chosen this purpose for you. You have
Mm-hmm.
to embody the purpose. So that's what the whole message behind this record is.
April, in that song, is there a lyric that touches your heart every time you sing it?
Yes, it's the about our the lights being off. 'Cause- and
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced that in my past and other utilities off as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely resonates with me. So to go from those types of struggles to where we are now, I would say that we're in a pretty comfortable position now as a couple and as a family. So to know that you were there and you're now here, that is nothing but that's God's work.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate you sharing that. We about to close it up. I got a couple about 2 or 3 more questions to ask you. We're gonna close. Bobby and April, both of y'all. What
Mhm.
does being a godly husband and godly wife mean to you?
You want me to answer first?
Mhm. Yes.
You want me to
Go
answer?
ahead.
Yes.
You know, so again, understanding that you have to follow the steps and that you can't direct the steps because us as human beings, us as men, um, we feel powerful. We feel strong. We feel like we're strong. A lot of men, but not realizing that even as a man, you have weaknesses.
Mhm.
Even as a man, you have weak moments, and so you have to realize that if you're married, the devil ain't gonna like it, and the devil is going to discover your weaknesses and attack it. There ain't gonna be anything you as a man can do about that. So you have to allow God to be able to protect your weaknesses and protect you. So you have to relinquish that
Mhm.
to God and pray that God covers you and pray that God, protect you because you can't fight that weakness on your
On
own.
your own.
So
Mhm.
you have to be just willing to
Receive.
receive that help and receive that leadership that God has in place for you. And so that's one of the biggest things, for a man in general, especially a man that's married. It's just understanding that hey, I can't. I'm strong, but I ain't as strong as God's protection. So I need it, and you have to pray for it. You have to pray for it, and like April said, you have to be still enough to wait on it and hear it.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, this is where the part we just about to close. I call the fun couple questions. Right?
Okay.
Yay, let's go.
Who is most? I'm gonna say this right here. Who is mostly likely to forget where they left their phone?
That's me. That would be me. Because I would be holding my phone and ask, "Where is my phone at?"
Mm, mm, mm,
I've done that several times.
Me
mm,
too.
mm,
Me too.
And it's so embarrassing in the
Yeah.
moment. It's like,
Yeah.
what can you
Me
say?
too.
mm,
Me
mm.
too. Who is most likely to break into a song around the house?
That's me
Yeah,
all day.
she's the singer.
Who is more likely to be the peacemaker after a disagreement?
That's me. Me.
That's this one.
April will
It
I'm
is.
hold a grudge.
stubborn. I am
She'll
stubborn.
hold a
So
grudge for 20 years.
look, look, I'm a work in progress. Okay, so
And that's okay.
I'm working on it.
That's okay. That's
But look,
okay.
acknowledgement is the first step.
That's right. Thank you for
I
that.
agree
That's
with you.
right. She
I agree
admitted
with
she's a work in progress. You ain't the only one.
you.
Who is most likely to make everybody laugh?
This one.
That's me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is most likely to? Who cooks the best?
This one, he just listen. He just cooked some steak, potatoes, and asparagus. Okay,
Okay.
so he just
Okay.
fed all of us. So it's absolutely this one. I have no problem with saying that.
Now I already know who's gonna be with this one. I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Okay,
Who takes longer to get ready?
this one.
What?
Yes, he does. Okay, and he'll be fussing at me about, you supposed to be up and getting dressed by now, and I'm like, how in the world you gonna tell me I'm supposed to be up and get dressed, and you know how
Oh
it
my
is.
Wait.
gosh.
So this
Okay.
one.
So wait a minute. First off, let me
Yeah.
say, it's all logical. What I do is I say, April, we going here, we going there, we getting dressed, we getting ready. What happens is I give her a head start
Mm-hmm.
because I know if we start at the same time, I'm gonna be
Oh.
waiting.
No,
I'm gonna be waiting if we
no.
start at the same time. So I give her a head start and give her about 20, 30 minutes to start. And then once she get finished and she's still doing her accessories, then I'm
Mm-mm.
dressed and ready.
That's still not answering the question. He is still the one that takes the
He's still
longest.
the one that takes the
Yes,
longest.
yes.
Oh man.
Wasn't expecting that worry.
This the last one. Rapid fire. Describe each other in one word.
What's your word?
My
You go
words
first.
are
Describe
you.
each other in one word.
I'm gonna say for him, amazing.
Amazing.
What
Okay.
is what is in part two? I'm sorry, but what is the one thing that you admire most about each other?
Okay.
I admire April's tenacity. I would say,
Mm.
she's really a strong-willed woman, and
Now, hold on for a minute.
and
Hold
she
on for a
has.
minute. Hold
Uh-huh.
on for a minute. Hold on.
What is that sign? Can you see it?
Mm-mm, can't see.
You can't see it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, about 5 minutes.
So you ain't gonna be able to make it down
What time is it?
there. It's 9:35.
Oh, okay. About 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. So you say her tenacity.
Yeah, her strength as well, her inner strength,
Okay.
and like I said, she has in today's, women, it's
Oh.
different because there's so many outside distractions,
Mm-hmm.
and there's so many things that has gotten us all off track. But she's original. Like I said, it's not about money or possessions, and
Yeah.
it's not about that with her, and that's rare today. That's a
Okay.
real rare thing today. So it's her. She's very genuine and pure, and that's what I would have to say.
Okay. Well.
Oh, hold on, I got
Oh
mine.
yeah. I'm gonna let you do it.
For him, I would say resilient.
Mhm.
His resilience, he's been through, some things in his life, and he was down for a minute, but he recovered, and he came out on the other end a better individual. So I would say his resilience is what I admire the most about him.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. I appreciate that. Well, in closing, I want to say I thank y'all for coming in here. I really do, taking the time to come and inspire and share y'all love story. I
Hmm.
really appreciate that. Because again, you could have said no, or you could have been, or you could have put me off, kept putting me off, But
Hmm.
thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for that. I really
Yeah,
do.
thank you. Thank you.
And if
Thank you
someone
for
is
having me.
watching tonight that feels that life has knocked them down, what would you tell them? What would one of y'all, any one of y'all can answer? What would y'all say? If somebody watch and just feel like life has just knocked them down or just don't feel like no hope, what would you say?
I would say allow yourself to understand the pain, because the pain is real. The difficulty of life is real, and so there's no use of not accepting that. But just because you accept it, don't mean you have to stay right there. Doesn't
Exactly.
mean you have to stay in it. Once you acknowledge the fact that this is where you are, now you have to begin to pray for like I said, got to pray for that receivement of God, and allow to the answer and the voice to come in to lead you out of that position, because you can be led out of that position. So you just got to be faithful and patient.
Mm.
Faithful and
Thank you
patient.
for that. Thank
Hmm.
you for that. Well, that is going to conclude tonight's interview with the amazing. I'm gonna say it again for the folks that way back in the back. Now, what is that woman talking about? This concludes the amazing interview with the duo Abundance of Love duo, husband and wife team,
Thank
Bobby
you.
and April Nicholson,
Thank
Thank
you.
gospel
you.
recording artist, single called God Chose Me. Now, where can they get that or download it or hear it?
Okay, we are on all of your media platforms.
And I got
Tidal,
this rolling, yeah,
yeah,
all
yeah,
down there.
Tidal, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Spotify. Our Instagram is at Abundance of Love underscore 1980. TikTok Abundance of Love 1980. Facebook Abundance, everything Abundance of Love
Abundance of
on all
Love.
your socials.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Thank y'all so much for being in here. I love y'all story. I love that song. I really do.
thank
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 you.
you
you.
so much. Didn't mean to hold you so long. I
That
really
was
did.
good. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Enjoyed it.
And
Enjoy.
those that came, oh wait a minute, Was having a relationship with God individually important before y'all was dating? That's what Ray asked.
Oh
Absolutely.
yes, yes.
Absolutely.
You have to have that
Absolutely.
relationship.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank
Because we
y'all.
have our own individual, backgrounds and our own individual life stories before we
Mm-hmm.
got together. We have our own individual experiences, before we, got together. So in order for us to have made it through those experiences and yeah,
Downfalls.
and be able to, be able to help each other,
Hmm.
we had to have, that faith and belief.
Thank y'all so much. Look, y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for watching. Ray, thank you for the questions. I really
Thank you,
appreciate
Ray.
it. And if
Thank
Appreciate
y'all
it.
get a
you.
chance, go back and see some questions because it's people on YouTube too. But I don't know why I can't see those. I gotta find out why I can't see their comments too. But I see people
Okay.
there on YouTube. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
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 you.
y'all
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate it. Have a
you.
good night.